my fellow Gunners. We've got a big one coming up this weekend. Champions League Final, Budapest 2026. 20 years since we've been in that final, and I want revenge. I want revenge against Paris for knocking us out of the semi-finals last season. I want revenge for that final. Okay, even though it's not Barcelona, beating a Parisian team when we lost it in Paris is close enough. From all the reports I've seen, there's no major news coming out of PSG from their camp. I think they'll have pretty much all their players available for them. They've had a good couple of weeks rest. But at Arsenal, we've got definitely one position to worry about, right back. Now, it's been reported over the last day that Jurrien Timber has completed a full training session. What does that mean? Does it mean he's ready to start? Not sure. Can't tell. It just means he's on the pitch. He must be moving well. There must be some freedom to the injury that he's experienced. Apparently, he will do another training session today. I'm filming this on the Thursday before the Champions League Final. Really, fingers crossed, but it's still a bit touch and go. He's training. We don't know whether he's doing well enough to give us some minutes, whether he's going to be good enough to start on the game, but it means he's going to be with the squad and at least should be on the bench. How much of a risk does he want to take? That's going to be a big conversation. The medical staff will have to know what risks can be taken. Timber and the manager will have to have a discussion because obviously it's the man's health. You know, you risk it for one game and then it has a knock-on effect for next season. What damage could it do to his career? Long time. There's so many different factors and you've got to weigh up whether this final, to us as fans, might be worth it. But to the man as a career, we don't know. We don't know. But fingers crossed, maybe at least an hour. If he can start and do the first hour, hopefully by then we've got a handle on the game. Maybe we're 1-0 up. You know, we might be under pressure from PSG. We won't know how to manage it until that game starts. But maybe if we can get an hour out of him and maybe bring Mascara on towards the end of the game just to make things sure, that might be the best we could do. That might be the best we can hope for. And I know it's scary. Mascara's put in some good performances. I think like he's been reliable. I feel like the last home game against Burnley, I think he excelled my expectations for someone so young, hadn't played a lot of games this season. He did more than what I thought he would do in attacking positions. His passing's always been good. He's got pace. He's willing to drive with the ball. But putting him up against Kvaratskhelia is a scary proposition. Like, we know how good he's been for the last 2 years. For me personally, he's my favourite player to watch at the moment. I think he's absolutely frightening and he plays the sport in such a beautiful way. Like, I'd love to have him at the carpet. But I think that is our main concern right now. Apart from everyone else of our main players, Timber is the main issue fitness-wise in our squad. Mikel Moreno's been training. I'd expect him to be on the bench at least. I don't see him starting. He's missed, I think, 4 to 6 months of playing football. So I don't expect him to start. But as Ian Wright said in the interview, main character, energy. He could come off the bench and score the winner. Fingers crossed. But yeah, I definitely think we'll see Mikel Moreno on the bench. I'm going to give you the lineup that I would like to see start against PSG. You can get down in the comments. Tell me if you'd make any changes, what you'd like to see. But obviously, I'm going to start with Raya in goal. I think he's the best keeper in Europe right now. He's been immense all season. I absolutely love the guy. And I don't think Arteta's got an option. He will not be thinking about playing anywhere else there. Right back. Like I said, we know Timber's at least in full training now for at least one session. Hopefully he gets another full session. I believe they will be training again today on Thursday. If we can get an hour out of him, I'd start with Timber. The experience, the know-how, what he offers, the link up with Saka, the link up with Rice and Odegaard. The fact that we know Ben White is not starting, I would, if the risk is worth it, if the medical team give him the go-ahead, definitely start with Timber at right back. Obviously, Saliba and Gabriel, absolute titans in defence. They could go down as one of the best defensive partnerships Arsenal have ever had. I mean, they're taking on a lot. We've got Sol Campbell and Kolo Toure, the Invincibles, and for me, my personal favourite here was Tony Adams. Tony Adams, whether he had Steve Bold or Martin Keown next to him, the famous back five. I mean, Tony Adams is my Arsenal defender at the moment, but these two, a couple more trophies under the line, there's going to be some big conversations, and I'll be so happy to see it. I'll be so happy to see it. Left back. Initially, because of how frightening PSG are in attack, I was going to say Piero Hincapié. He's great defensively, robust in tackles, does not mess about, can bomb forward and get a cross in. But I think it leaves us something missing in attack. Now, I'm not saying I want Calafiori just marauding forward and going crazy like normal. Maybe just a little bit restrained, a little bit of a restrained performance in attack from Calafiori, but he gives us that something extra, especially once you hear the front three I'm going to announce. In midfield, Declan Rice sitting deeper for me, Martin Odegaard and Miles Lewis-Skelly. I love the kid. We know what Declan Rice can do. We're going to need him for in front of that back four, because when PSG break, they do it with frightening pace. Most of the attacks come with frightening pace, and we're going to need someone protecting that back four. And there's not many better in Europe than Declan Rice. Miles Lewis-Skelly to help with the transition from going from back to front, from defence to attack. He's the best at it we've got in the squad at the moment. Zubimendi's been off form. I love Zubimendi. I think he's a great player. I think he'll have a better season next year. I think he's had a good season already. Yes, his form did drop off and he made a couple mistakes, but still, for a first season in the Prem and the amount of minutes he's played, I think the guy's done absolutely wonderfully. But for this one, I'd go for Miles Lewis-Skelly. He's brave. He's got the mentality. He's calm. He's composed. He's a thinker. And he drives us forward. I think having him in the squad springs our attack with a lot more pace, a lot more directness. And I think at times we will be sitting deep and need to get that ball on the front foot quickly. And I think he helps us do that a lot. Martin Odegaard. Some of you might want Eze to start, but I think there's going to be elements of this game, moments in this game where we're going to need to wrestle domination of the ball from PSG, wrestle control of the game from PSG. And I think Martin Odegaard is our most intellectual player when it comes to that aspect of the game. There's been an upturn in his form recently, coming back from injury. We saw that against West Ham. He's our maestro. As much as he's been off bad form and he's had injury problems, I like what I've seen with him recently. I think the captain might have weighed heavy on him at periods, but I think now he's got his head around it. The guy's had a lot of changes over the last couple of years in his personal life, a lot to go through with the injuries, and I feel like now in recent interviews and performances, he's got his head around it. He's got his mentality back in the game. And I think this might be the game for him. You know, he's our captain. He's our leader. The team fully still believe in him. Arteta fully still believe in him. And I think this could be his moment to shine and prove everyone wrong, all the doubters wrong. He has, and up to present, will be the brains of the team unless we go and sign a new maestro type player, a new leader for that role, but I don't see it happening in the club. Everyone at the club loves Martin Odegaard. Me too, as a fan. I think he's a brilliant player. I just think he hasn't shown his best, but I think he could. I really do think this is the game for him. And with our front three, our most successful front three this season has been Saka, Gyökeres and Trossard. We haven't lost the game that they've started together, which is a good sign. I think the game will need a lot of counter-attacking, where I think Gyökeres helps that more than a Havertz would. Saka is our star boy. If there's going to be a moment of magic or brilliance, it will be from him. Trossard is the main reason why I start Calafiori. Them two have got such a great relationship down that left-hand side. They cover each other when one's more forward than the other. Their link-up play is brilliant. Trossard knows he can find Calafiori in attacking positions, and Calafiori knows he can find Trossard in attacking positions. And I think that might help put pressure on the PSG defence for us, because we don't want to let them dominate the game too much. We don't want them attacking us too much. We need them to know that there's a threat, and they have to be on the back foot a bit. So I think going too defensive with, say, an Nketiah and a Martinelli, let's say, who does do more defensive work than Trossard, I think we'd end up sitting too far back in our own half and inviting too much pressure on and letting PSG dominate. If that happens, we'll have a really, really, really tough game. I think we need to be on the front foot. We need to create chances. And from them chances, if they don't go in the back of the net, then they have to go out for corners. PSG will not dominate us in the air against corners. I think set pieces will be a massive strong point, like they have been all season for us. And I think if we can get a couple crosses in the box early in the first half, I think PSG will be frightened. I think we'll scare them. I think they won't know what to do. And I think really and truly, that's our main edge in this game, our defence and set pieces. I'd love to score from open play, and I'm sure Arsenal will try. But we need to be attacking to slow them down so they don't overcommit and overrun us when we're defending. And we need to get a few corners in the box, a few set pieces. Declan Rice, Saka, masterful with the deliveries. I really think that's the way we're going to win the game. And it's going to be tough. I'm sure I'm going to be proud of the boys, whatever happens. And I'm still going to be celebrating at the parade on Sunday, whatever happens. But I believe we can do this. And I think it might be a stinky 1-0 to the Arsenal. And it will be the greatest day of my Arsenal support in life. A Champions League final. I've wanted the Premier League for the last 22 years. I've been desperate for it. When people have asked this season, what do you want more, the Champions League or the Premier League? I've said the Premier League because it's been so long. But it is the 5th Premier League of my lifetime that Arsenal have lifted. And that Champions League, man, it's going to be so special. I'm 95% sure it's going to overtake any kind of feelings, excitement, euphoria that this club's given me in my lifetime. So come on, lads, we got to do this. We got to do this. I'm quietly quite confident, you know. I do give PSG the slight edge. They've been through the finals before. They've lost a few. They've won one. That's given them the experience and the mentality to get it over the line. You know, they know what to expect. They know how fiery the atmosphere can be. They know the intensity they got to play at. They know that they can't let doubts creep in. Arsenal players will have that in their mind, but they haven't experienced it at that level. And that could be a determining factor. But Arteta's been positive. He's been putting out a ridiculously... Is it ridiculous? No. He's putting out the right messages behind the scenes, in interviews. He's told the players we will win. And they need to go into the game with that kind of mentality. They have to be super confident. They have to have that self-belief. So I back what Arteta's doing, what he's saying. Apparently, he's been doing it during the run-up to the end of the season. He's been telling the players before a game, we're going to win. And it's worked. It's worked. So do your thing, continue, let the magic happen, let us be over moon come Saturday night. You know, if we win, I'm going to try and get down to the Emirates after from the Saturday night. Try and get home and get at least 2-3 hours in, maybe 4 before the parade. Get up there early, guys, because it's going to be a weird parade. There is not going to be an official trophy lifting because we're expecting over 1 million people, and it's nowhere safe to have everyone congregate for the trophy lifting without having to worry about people getting crushed and all kinds of commotion going on. So yeah, fingers crossed, Gooners. Having said all of that, yeah, my prediction's going to be 1-0 to the Arsenal. We're going to come back from Budapest as League and Champions League double winners. Double winners. Can you believe that? I really believe it's going to happen. I really do. I might be overexcited. I may be getting carried away with things, but something tells me this is a special year. More than just the Premier League win. It's been the interviews after, hearing Bukayo Saka talk, hearing Declan Rice talk, Mikel Merino. Everything's been so positive. The manager, it's been incredible couple of weeks. The way the fans are, the travelling fans that are going out to Budapest, I love you all. Go and make noise. I'm sure you're not going to let the team down. You've been with them by their side at every away game this season. And I feel like Saturday night, rolling through to Monday morning, is going to be one of the biggest celebrations London's ever seen. One of the best weekends in the club's history. I know a lot of people will compare Arteta to Wenger yet, but just slow down your horses. I think there's still a little bit further to go. But I'm so optimistic. I mean, I feel like 2026 is our year. And having said that, I was going to go into the transfer rumours that I've been hearing. Morgan Rogers, Julian Alvarez is definitely looking more like a doubt now. Barcola could be available. But yeah, let's just get through that Champions League final. There's going to be loads to talk about after that game. Will I be able to do a match review straight after? I don't know. I don't know where my head's going to be. I'm still trying to recover from the frolicking that's been going on over here in Ibiza. It's been a crazy week. But yeah, next video will either be out Sunday or Monday. And guys, it's been a pleasure. I'm North Bank Delts. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, all of the great YouTube stuff. And North Bank Delts on all the socials. You can find me there. I'm on X, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. Just type in the search bar, North Bank Delts. I will pop up. But yeah, it's been great chatting to you again. Let's keep the optimism up. Let's keep the hope up. Wherever you're going to be watching the game, whether you're in Budapest, whether you're in a pub in London, whether you're at home with mates, whether you're at home by yourself because you're going to be so nervous. I get it. But let's keep the optimism up. Let's keep the positivity going because I've got a feeling it's going to be a great weekend. But yeah, love to you all, Arsenal fans, rivals alike. It's been North Bank Delts. Oh, if I ever put my hand up again like that, slap me. Once again, it's been North Bank Delts. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.